After more than a year of waiting, we finally get a concrete release date and track list for Chris Brown's long-awaited 6th album titled X. Now, I'm not gonna make y'all hear my voice this long for very long tonight. I'm gonna put the track list in the description of the video. Bear in mind, the track list currently is based off of the current pre-order listing on iTunes. So, if anything seems off with it, leave it in the comments and I'll see if I can dig it up and I'll edit this as need be. And if the track list is all you're coming for this video, go ahead and check out the description and we'll leave it at that. But as far as this video is concerned, just want to give first impressions, stuff I'm looking forward to from the album, so forth and so forth. So far, starting from last year to now, the album has so far spawned 6 singles, starting with the lead have been Fine China, Don't Think They Know featuring Aaliyah, Love More featuring Nicki Minaj, Loyal featuring Lil Wayne and Tyga. I know there were other versions, but the Lil Wayne and Tyga version is the one that made the album. New Flame featuring Usher and Rick Ross, and the current pre-order track for iTunes, X. I'm just gonna give a brief how I feel about each of the singles, and then give songs I'm looking forward to hearing, maybe some that I'm a little about hearing, and just give an overall how I feel the album is gonna be. So, last year we got the lead single in Fine China, and to me, Fine China was an alright song. It was definitely kind of, you could hear the Michael Jackson influence in that song, based on just the instrumental and definitely in the choreography for the music video. But while it wasn't a bad song, it wasn't one that necessarily made me want to keep it on repeat. Like, it just didn't have that made it stick in my head like most of his past singles have. Then we got the sophomore single from the album, Don't Think They Know, featuring Aaliyah, which was this was a very interesting single because it was unreleased Aaliyah vocals that he was using for this song. And overall, Don't Think They Know is actually my favorite single to come from the album so far, because to me, it's showing a more vulnerable side of Chris Brown that we don't normally see, and really haven't seen, that we normally only see like for 1 or 2 songs of an album. I'm gonna act like Graffiti doesn't exist because I don't really care for that album, but kind of like what he went for on Graffiti, on songs with like Crawl, So Cold, IYA, those kind of songs that he had on Graffiti. It's kind of like that kind of sound, Up to You from Fame. And it's just a more vulnerable side of it. Then we go to Love More, featuring Nicki Minaj. And I like this song, but I have to have the clean version, because the explicit one just gets on my nerves. And I try not to use profanity, so it makes it harder for me to sing along if it's the explicit one. So I prefer the clean one, and that's the one I vibe to. So, but overall, it's a good song. It's a nice little club dance track, definitely. Nicki Minaj had a solid verse on that song. Sad that those only got on the deluxe, but can't exactly blame the dude. They've been out for a year, so. And then now we have the one which, unless you've been hiding somewhere, you've at least heard this song once. Loyal, with Lil Wayne and Tyga. Now, I know a lot of people are into this song, and I understand what the song is talking about. It's a very true thing that the song is talking about. Some girls just aren't loyal, but I don't care for the song that much. To me, the beat doesn't stick out to me, and really most of the lyrics don't stand out to me, but I will give credit where credit is due on the song, and I will say props to Lil Wayne, because this is his verse on Loyal at least to me, is one of the best verses I have heard from him since Carter 4 dropped. Now, that's a 3-year time frame, and this is one of his. This is one of the best verses he's done to me since that time. So shout out to Wayne on that one. Now the title song X is the pre-order track for iTunes. I haven't heard it myself yet. I'm gonna give it a listen after this video, and we'll see how much I can get into that one. But out of the singles I have heard, oh, and I forgot, New Flame with Usher and Rick Ross. That is actually my second favorite single from the album. I like the sound. I like the feel of the song. Chris and Usher give the vocals very well for the song. And even Rick Ross couldn't even ruin the song because it was actually a decent verse from him. Just bear in mind if you go to watch the video, close your eyes when it gets to his part because he is shirtless in that video. just putting that out there, just so your eyes don't have to burn. But out of the singles I've heard so far, the only ones I've really not cared for like that are Loyal and Fine China. Outside of that, the singles have been relatively good, especially the ones that made it to the standard edition of the album. And if you're getting the deluxe edition, just bear in mind you've already heard 3 of the 4 extra songs, so just bear in mind with that one right there. As for songs that I'm looking forward to hearing from this album, we all knew we were all hearing, like, up until we got the official track list, he had a song with Kendrick Lamar. That song did officially make the album, titled Autumn Leaves. It's track 12 of the album. Really looking forward to hearing that song and what spawned from just a Chris Brown and Kendrick Lamar collaboration, just to hear what that sounds like. It's going to be very good. Also, the song he teased with Ariana Grande earlier in the year, Don't Be Gone Too Long. This was originally going to come out earlier, but due to issues Chris Brown was having, I'm not going to say that in the video because that's not for this video, the single had to be postponed. It is now officially on this album. Ariana Grande is on it, and I'm going to call it right now. Even though I haven't heard it yet and the album hasn't dropped yet, I'm going to go ahead and call it. It's going to be a future single. And I know this because Ariana's album just dropped, and I feel like the single's going to drop in the wake of that. Whether it be now or closer to the album, that single is going to drop eventually, and I'm more than likely going to love it because I am a huge Ariana Grande fan. Songs on the album that I may be like, on, Drown in It, featuring R. Kelly. I'm just going to go ahead and say right now, I'm not a huge R. Kelly fan. No, it's no disrespect to the dude, it's just, I can't, maybe it's because I got into him, like, I heard of him, like, around 2008, 2009, kind of, like, past any classic albums he may have had, but I can't get into dude's music, but generally when he's on a feature for a song, I can jam to the song, like him on, To the World off of Kanye's Cruel Summer album, Do What You Want off Lady Gaga's Art Pop. Generally, songs that he's a feature on, I do tend to enjoy, but it just comes down to how the song overall is put together and arranged. So that's going to have to be one that I have to hear before I go, saying everything. And actually, I guess the track list had a small change from when I saw it 2 days ago, because 2 days ago the album was when I looked at it, the album was closing with Want You to Want Me. I check it today on iTunes. That's been swapped out for a different song called Drunk Texting, featuring Jhene Aiko. I'm going to hope I finally said that album correctly, because people are probably wanting to kill me for mispronouncing that. But I'm a fan of Jhene Aiko. I'm eagerly anticipating her album as well. And this is going to be one very interesting collab to me. But overall, the entirety of from from what I've heard so far of X, what I can see from who's on it, songs, interludes, all that kind of stuff, to me, I feel like this is gonna be. It may not be one of Chris Brown's best albums, but to me, I feel like it is going to be a good album, if not great, because, well, at least to me, bearing in mind that the first Chris Brown album I heard was exclusive, to me his albums have always flip-flopped between good and bad. Exclusive I enjoyed. Graffiti I didn't really, it wasn't bad, but I didn't really care for it like that. Fame is actually my favorite Chris Brown album, and Fortune I just wholeheartedly disliked. So I'm hoping that this one will be a very good one, and I'm actually, if the care that I feel like he probably did put into this album over the past year, even with everything that he had going on, if he has some kind of care and control over this album, I feel like it can definitely top Fame, top Exclusive, top what he's done before. So we're just going to have to wait and see for the 16th and see where this album goes. But I will leave it at that. You guys feel free to leave me comments and your opinions on singles, how you feel like the album's going to be, and what songs you guys are looking forward to hearing from the album down in the comments. And till the next video, Stranger the Musical.